Hello, this is FPL Fan back with another video. So I started the season badly. To be honest, it was absolutely horrific. So I had a good team, but I made some last minute changes to fit in Florian Wirtz. And the changes that I made from the last video that you saw was I got rid of Van Dijk to fit in Pedro Porro. I bought Tosin as my 4.5 instead of Mickey van der Ven, and my midfield, instead of getting Semenyo, I put in Wirtz, and instead of getting Enzo Fernandez, I got Anderson, and instead of Chris Wood, I got Marteta. So on paper, that was some really good changes because I used the tool called My Team with Fantasy Football Hub, and basically it rates your team out of 100 based on the AI rates your team out of 100%, and based on the fixtures, the team and points projections. So my original team was 96%. This got it up to 99%. So obviously I thought I'll continue with it, but the changes and some of the things that were happening just made it horrific from an outcome stand of view. So one of the big disappointments is Tosin didn't play, even though Maresca all through the press conferences was like, Tosin is going to play, he's my best centre back in build up, blah blah blah. So I wasn't happy with that. But let's get with the points, because even though I started really badly with 42 points and I'm 7.8 million, I actually think it's not too bad because it's Gameweek 1 and we're all bunched together, and really around the Gameweek 15 mark is when you should start to worry. So Sells got 2 points. That was a bit unlucky because Nottingham Forest gave a silly penalty away. So both Sells and Murillo got 2 points, so that actually would have been a clean sheet. Diouf got 1 point. Couldn't see Sunderland winning 3-0, and Diouf was actually quite unlucky because he actually got a shot cleared off the line, which is obviously means a goal if it crossed it. Pedro Porro got 6 points with the clean sheet. Salah got 16 points with a goal and some bonus. Anderson did quite well, so he got an assist as well as 1 bonus. Wirtz was disappointing with 2. Palmer was disappointing with 3. Couldn't believe Crystal Palace made them to a 0-0. Evan Nilsson came in with 1 point, so he originally was on the bench because I didn't expect much against Liverpool, so I was quite correct there. Marteta got 1 point. Watkins got 2 points. So the difference between the team I showed you last time and this team, the difference is between 20 and 30 points. So obviously disappointed with that, but we move on. At work, the CEO has been trying to goad me by in our workplace mini league where I'm bottom of the league, he's top. He shouldn't need to worry because when I finish top in that league, I'm going to give him a call. So with this week, first of all, let's move on to the team that I've picked this week. So the team that I've picked this week is I've got Dubravka in goal because Burnley play Sunderland. I've got Esteve in the defence because Burnley play Sunderland. So I don't think Sunderland are going to score that many goals. And when I looked at the Championship, they didn't score that many goals. Murillo, because he's good with the DEFCON. Tosin, I've actually seen on social media. So I looked on Twitter where on his Instagram, he's got a picture of himself and match day. So I assume he's playing, so should be. Salah's going to be my captain because even though Liverpool and Newcastle are a hard game, I think Salah is Salah. Originally, I put the captaincy on Palmer, but Chelsea didn't score, and Palmer apparently hasn't scored in open play since January, so I don't want to captain him. He's my vice though. Anderson can continue because I quite like my midfield, and the transfer that I made, so I've reversed it. So I've done Florian Wirtz out, Semenyo in, So Semenyo was absolutely electric against Liverpool, scoring 2 goals. I saw some of his training videos in the summer of him doing shooting drills, and he was basically shooting from all angles and scoring. Obviously, not the same in a match situation, but these were all sorts of goals. So I think he's going to be one of the main goal threats. They play Wolves, so I think that's a great fixture for him. And I think that saves me a bit of money. So the difference between Semenyo and Wirtz is over 1 million. And so that's why I've put in Semenyo now. Evan Nilsson is starting because they play Wolves. Marteta is starting against Forest. They're at home. Watkins is away to Brentford, so I actually think he could score there because Brentford were horrible. My local postman is actually a Brentford fan, and he was worried about Brentford, saying that at the moment, with the transfers in at the moment, he feels that Brentford could go down. So I think if you've got attackers against Brentford, you should watch out for that. Sorry, postman. So with Watkins, I definitely think he's a good pick for this week. I've got Pedro Porro on the bench just because City will score against Spurs, and even though Porro takes set pieces, I do worry how defensively solid they are, because even though Thomas Frank is a more defensive coach than Ange, I feel like he's only just been through the door, and City with Haaland, with their attack, can really cause Spurs damage. So that's it for this week. Just having a quick look at the fixtures and come with some captains. So with the fixtures, Parma, West Ham, Chelsea is tonight. So Parma, I'm a bit unsure. I don't really want to recommend Parma, but if you've got Haaland, definitely captain him against Spurs. Bournemouth, Semenyo is an outside chance with the captaincy. Watkins against Brentford are outside chances as well. If you've got Saka, he could be a good captain against Leeds, but Leeds could be a bit more... they look a bit more resolute and resilient this time in the Premier League. So there, and from the others, the captaincy, I'd say, is Salah. So those are my captaincies for this week. I wish everybody good luck. And if you... drop a comment in the comment section if you picked Semenyo, because he was one of the recommendations that I gave and he did really well. This is FPL Fem, and please like, subscribe and comment in the video. This is FPL Fem, and I'm out.